Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, there's a lot of passengers out there really worried about some of their cruises coming up, especially those coming from Europe. And yeah, normally I go, you take precautions, you're fine. And in this case, I think maybe they're right. So we all know what's going on in the news with United States and Iran and now Canada and the Ukraine. It's just becoming a kind of a mess over there. We had the United States do an attack. The Iranians launched missiles uh, to react, and then everything seemed to be calmed down. But on the same day, there was an airplane that was shot down, and at first they denied it. In Iran, they said it was mechanical failure, and then people started saying, well, it's a brand new plane, very experienced pilots, both engines are not going to go down at the same time. There was an explosion on board. What's going? And now the truth has come out that it was a missile that was shot at their plane. Iran is saying that it's a mistake, and let's not get into the political aspects of everything. That's just the basic story. And now a lot of people who want to go cruising and head out on their favorite ships are wondering if the cruise ships are safe in that area, because they travel awful close. If you're going to Dubai and that area, very close to Iran and Iraq. Very close, as a matter of fact. And it's very intimidating when you're on a cruise ship in those areas to come across, the American fleet floating nearby, and with the tensions that are going on right now. Of course, Iran is saying that it was an accident, it was miscommunications, the reason the plane was shot down, etc. It doesn't matter, the reasoning. It just means that it's a crazy place to be right now. Very volatile, all kinds of individual people involved, not just like a country who's making decisions and enacting. This is individual commanders and generals doing their own decisions. It's nuts. And now a lot of people are going to say, the cruise lines, and saying, you know what, I don't feel safe traveling in that area. I don't think we should go. I want to cancel my cruise, or I want to switch my cruise to something else. And the cruise lines are pushing back and saying, you can do that, but it's going to cost you whatever the penalties are. So basically they're saying, no, you can't do that. In some cases, for instance, a Royal Caribbean cruise, the passengers were told, yeah, it's going to be, you're going to have to soak up 90% of the cost of that. So basically your entire price for your cruise. They're not going to let you switch. And people are getting a little up in arms about this. They're saying, well, it's a danger zone. You're actually putting us in danger. So let's see what they're talking about. Let's take a look at the map. This is the United States Travel Advisory. And if you look around the coast, you can see a big thing of red. And the red means do not travel. Under any circumstances, do not travel. Yes, Dubai, on the other hand, on the other side, is just exercise caution, normal precautions when you're traveling abroad. However, look how close you get to the danger zone if you're sailing on a cruise through that area. It's a very narrow passage. That would be like Canada and United States being at war and having a cruise ship going down the Great Lakes and them saying, oh, there's no danger, don't worry about it, because it's a matter of a mile across. It's really interesting. But the cruise lines, of course, they don't want to lose all this money. They don't want to lose all these passengers. They've already, made arrangements to get into Dubai. They've expanded the cruise ports there. They spent a lot of money to be able to go and do these areas, and they don't want to have to get, they start disappearing from those areas, maybe they don't get back in. So they don't want to be canceling their cruises. However, this is where the problem comes. They don't want to give out their money. Passengers don't want to go. People are going to stop booking that area. It's going to be kind of a mess for a little while right now. You can get some really good prices and really good, discounts right now, by the way, if you're looking to cruise in that area. Personally, I'm one that don't worry about where I'm going. I went to China, people told me, because we had just arrested a Chinese representative and we're holding them, detaining them for the United States to serve trial. And they said that Canada's big warning, do not travel. I went, no issues, it was no problem. However, China wasn't going to blow me up with a missile, an errant missile somewhere. I wasn't on a big target in the middle of an area, you know what I mean? The cruise lines, I'm wondering if they're going to have a leg to stand on if people start demanding their money back because of the travel advisory warnings that are out there from both Canada, the UK, United States, Australia, Japan, all have these travel advisory warnings for that area. So how can the cruise lines come out, which is what they're saying right now, saying that they have been in touch with security and they feel that it's still safe, there is no imminent threat right now. Yes, there's no imminent threat. And I'm sure that's exactly what the people on the plane thought as well. After all, they were mostly Iranian to begin with. And they get shot down by their own people. The second most populous of who was on that plane, by the way, were Canadians. A lot of them over there for a wedding that was going on from people out west in Canada. So by them saying, we don't feel, we've contacted securities, we've been in touch with them and we're monitoring the situation, but we feel everything is fine right now. You're still safe. So we're not going to honor a refund because the area is unstable and because we don't feel the area you're going to is unstable. Just the place across the river there, that's unstable. But over here, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know if that would hold water in a court of law, but I'm sure that they have lots of money to fight that sort of thing. And here's the tragic thing. If something ever, God forbid, does happen in that area, say a ship does get hit or attacked of any kind, pirates, anything, something going on, can you imagine the lawsuits that would hit that particular cruise line after refusing to give refunds or changing itineraries for that area and saying that it's safe, and then something bad happens? We're all praying nothing happens. Nobody wants anything out there to happen. But can you imagine the lawsuits that would happen? It would absolutely bankrupt any cruise line out there. And we're not talking one cruise line. We have Royal Caribbean in the area, Celebrities in the area, Costa's in the area. We have MSC Cruise Lines is in the area. Pretty much most shipping out there has a representation somewhere going out there. In fact, in 2020, I believe there's 85 different cruises going by that area. That's a lot of cruise ships, a lot of potential targets, a lot of potential really bad stories. So what do you guys think? I know personally, I want to go to Dubai. I would love to go to the city and check out the mall and check out the towers and the world that they have built out in the ocean that represents each country and the little islands. I would love to see all that kind of stuff. But right now, that's on my no-go zone. And I don't have no-go zones too much. I'm not going there until things settle down much, much stronger than they are right now. I may not be going to the country that says no warning, but going within 10 miles of that country that says don't go, I'm not going. That's just it. Why would you want to travel near an active war zone? So yeah, I think the cruise lines are trying to cover themselves and not lose any money, but I don't know how much longer, with the tensions rising and things that are going on, how much longer that they can come up and keep that story going before they have to start changing their itineraries, changing their refund policy for that area. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Do you think you would travel that area right now? Do you think, what the heck, you're perfectly safe, you're on a ship, they're not going to shoot a ship. Yeah, they're not going to shoot their own airplane either. But they did. Well, I hope you appreciate this news story. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.